Alright, y'all, I want to take a few minutes today to talk about this. It is the 10 millimeter round. Nowadays, everybody is seeing ammo shortages, and especially in 9 millimeter and 5.56 and all that common stuff. It's been a few weeks now, but I went to a bigger store that usually is full of all kind of ammo, and they had, they carry all the major calibers, and all I could find was 10 millimeter and, if I remember right, 44 Magnum, and it may have been something else like 32 auto or something. All the common stuff, 380 9 millimeter, 357 Magnum, 38 Special, all that stuff was wiped out. And all the other smaller stores are pretty much the same way. But I've found that most places still have 10 millimeter and 44 Magnum. Now the 10 millimeter, a lot of people don't like, for several different reasons. I like it. One reason that I don't do more with it is because of the expense, but nowadays it's not that expensive as compared to everything else. And by that I mean what few boxes of 9 millimeter you can occasionally find are about the same price. I think I bought some a couple weeks ago that were, I want to say it was 25 bucks. It may have been 22, 23. I know it was over $20. And you can still find these regular 10 millimeter white box for, you can see it's backwards, but $24.99, $25 for 50, which is basically the same price that 9 millimeter is going for now. You got your 9 millimeter round here, and you got the 10 millimeter. But we'll talk about several different things here. But first off, for prepping, preparedness type stuff, especially if you don't have, any of these guns or calibers or whatever, say you're just getting into it, you're just trying to find a pistol, and everybody tells you to get a 9 millimeter and you can't find any, and you can't find the ammo and all that kind of stuff, you may want to consider 10 millimeter. I typically stock more 9. That's my go to war setup. That's what I have the most magazines for, is for Glock 19, which is here. That's my, concealed carry and all that kind of stuff. But if you don't have any, you may want to just dive into the 10 millimeter world while you can still find it and get it, because who knows when 9 will be available again. Now the only downside that I can see is getting into the 10 millimeter is the total end of the world situation, where there's nothing left to buy and you rely on scavenging and bartering, which is not the ideal what do you call it, but it's not ideally what you want to do. You typically want to have, stocked up on ammo, so you don't have to worry about finding it or relying on somebody else. But like I said, if you're just getting into it, you may not have it and all this good stuff. Now even if you do have a 9 millimeter or 45 or 380, like I said, all of them are hard to find now. They're pretty much all wiped out. If you have the extra money, you may want to buy a 10 millimeter and stock ammo for that, just because it's available. Now the 10 millimeter for preparedness round and stuff, it is got more power than a 9 millimeter. It would be better for you know, SHTF hunting, trying to take down a deer, or, you know, maybe even a bear or something. Plenty of people bear hunt with 10 millimeter. So you got that as an advantage, and it's gotten more penetrating power for like armor or shooting through things, and, you know, the ballistic side of stuff. It is a little bit heavier than a 9 millimeter as far as weight. Like I said, whoops. As far as, you know, the bullet, it is a little bit bigger, a little bit more gunpowder. A lot of people say that it's too much recoil and all that stuff, but I don't think so. Using regular ammo, not the extreme like bear hunting, bear defense stuff like Underwood's got. This is just 180 grains, and this is a 45 auto, which a lot of people love. It's a good round and all that. I don't see a lot of difference in the recoil, maybe a little bit more with a 10 millimeter. I'll go out and shoot a little bit with the 9 millimeter and the 10 millimeter and kind of show you. I don't have a 45 auto Glock, or I will show you that too. Like I said, ammo is really hard to find now. Even the cowboy type stuff, 45 Colt here, I have not seen very much of it in stores. 357 Magnum, 38 Special are very popular and go pretty quick. I hadn't seen those. Like I said, the stores I've been to, 10 millimeter has been about the only thing that I can reliably find. Most every store that carries it has, I don't know, I've seen like 3, 4, 5 boxes at a time for like 25 bucks. So not that bad considering it's the apocalypse. But like I said, here's your 357 Magnum. And here's your 10 millimeter. But anyway, mine here is a Glock 20, which is about the same size as a Glock 21 in 45 auto. It's a pretty hefty little gun. I don't remember exactly the model, maybe the 29 or something, that is a little bit shorter and would be better for concealed. And then they make, I don't remember the model either, I'm not good at it, but they make a longer one than this, like a long slide for a hunting type deal. But this is the Glock 20, I think is a good all around size. And the magazine here holds 15 of these. And you know, here's a Glock 19 9mm magazine with 15, so it's a little bit longer, and it is definitely a little bit wider, which I think is still about the same as a Glock 21, the 45 auto sized. But here's a Glock 17 mag, and it's pretty much the same height as that, maybe a little thicker. But anyway, so that gives you an idea of the size. Like I said, here's a Glock 19, here's a Glock 20. Both of these are empty with their, you know, it's not a humongous difference, but there is a difference there. But like I said, with ammo shortages and SHTF and all that, if you don't have a 10 millimeter, you might want to consider one. Like I said, for the reasons that I gave off. And like I said, I don't know when 9mm will be available again. As far as prepping and you know, survival and protection and all that. Now you can go with the, you know, Glock 44 or any other 22 pistol, and you know, for training and being able to shoot something cheaper and things like that, which I think 22 is kind of hard to find now too, but you know, I still have some of that, and I'll shoot that more than my 9mm now, just for practice and training and stuff. But like I said, if you're trying to find something, normally I recommend 9mm and everything, but with the ammo being so hard to find now, you might want to go with a 10. Anyway, I'll go ahead and pause this and get outside and shoot. Alright, I'm outside now. I'm going to go ahead and try to demonstrate the difference in the recoil and, you know, let you use your judgment on that. But I don't see the 10mm being that bad, unless maybe you're like a smaller woman or have some kind of hand problems and, you know, type stuff like that. But other than that, I don't think the recoil is very bad at all. But I'll go ahead and shoot. Here's the 9mm 19 first. Not bad. And then here we have the 10mm. Definitely a lot more power, but I don't think it's a bad recoil. It doesn't like hurt your hand or anything, in my opinion. But like I said, if you're looking to get into one, maybe you can go to a range or something like that and rent one and try it out, versus a 9mm, or maybe you know somebody that has one. But anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is, in the ammo shortage and stuff like that, don't overlook the 10mm. Alright, that's all I got for this one. Stay prepped up, prayed up, and strapped up. See ya.